Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at my automatic build, which you can also use with snipers. So let's crack on with the video. First of all, let's start off with the card build. Then we'll go on to weapons, and then we'll check out my armor. So this is my automatic build. You can utilize this build with snipers too. Just keep that in mind, and I'll show you where we will change a couple things to get that to happen. So first of all, we do have traveling pharmacy in our strength with 12 points. This is an absolutely beautiful card. I think this is mandatory for pretty much every single build, and what this does is it reduces chem's weight by 90%. I do value weight a lot in this game. Next, we have strong back. This is plus 40 weight. I do have the 4-star equipped. Now this is debatable. You can change this card. Maybe you want arms keeper or something else. You don't have to have strong back, but like I said, I do value weight, so it's something that I'm going to go with. After that, I do have bandolier. This I also have in every single build. Ballistic weapon ammo weighs 90% less. This just lets me carry thousands upon thousands of ammo, which I love to do. After that, we have barbarian. Every point in strength adds plus 4 damage resistance to a maximum of 80. You can't be in power armor to utilize this beautiful card. I like to think that it helps me. I still get absolutely obliterated in one shot at events, but it is there just to help me out a little bit with my defensive capabilities. On to perception. Perception, I have 13 points, and we're starting off with tankular. The main reason I have tankular is mainly for the 36% armor pen that this provides me. You do get that 9% chance of stagger, but that's neither here nor there, let's be honest. I do have 1-star concentrated fire. What this does is it allows me to select, for example, the head in VATS and just focus down the head, which is just fantastic for big damage. After that, we do have the 3-piece commando combo. Now, if you wanted to, you can switch this over to rifleman, and what that will do is basically just turn this from an automatic build to a sniper build. This is where the majority of our damage is going to be coming from, is these cards. So they're very important. So I have commando as I am an automatic build. On to endurance. I have 1 point in endurance, and that's just to get the 1-star perk radical, or radical, however that's pronounced. And this basically, the greater your rads, the greater your strength to a max of 5. I have pretty horrible rads because I'm a bloodied build, so this is fantastic. This just gives me extra strength, which is just more weight, which is just beautiful. On to charisma. I have 4 points in charisma. The first one being the first card I have is the 1-star strange in numbers. This gives me that 25% bonus to my mutations if a teammate has mutations too. Most people have mutations, and I'm always in a group, so this is just absolutely fantastic to have. I have this in pretty much absolutely every single build. After that, I have tenderize. This just gives me 10% more damage after the first bullet hits the target, which is just great. More damage, can't complain. On to intelligence. Now I have gotten 15 in intelligence. This just gives me XP gains, so that's why I have that 15 in intelligence. We have the 3-piece science perk, science expert, and science master. This gives me 10% bonus to my energy weapons. This does not include heavy weapons except for the cremator. I don't know why. I didn't design this, but the cremator is affected by these perks. Every other energy heavy weapon, absolutely no way. Don't know why, but it is what it is. So I have this. This is nice for my like a Tesla or your plasma guns, enclave plasma rifles. I use a lot of those, so this is just fantastic for that. After that, I have nerd rage. This is just fantastic. The lower your health, when you're below 20, you gain 40 damage resistance and 20% damage plus 15% AP regen. This is just great if you're a bloodied build. Nerd rage is an absolute must-have card. After that, I do have Demolition Expert. You do not need Demolition Expert. You might want to change this maybe for a 3-piece or 3-star Gunsmith or something else if you want to. but that's just what I have. It just gives me a little bit more boom damage. So like, for example, if I threw a grenade. After that, we have batteries included. What this does is it reduces energy weapon ammo by 90%, similar to bandolier, but this is for energy weapons. This includes fusion cores and plasma cores. So keep that in mind. If you're in a heavy armor and you're carrying a lot of fusion cores, you might want batteries included. I carry a lot of energy ammo, so this is something I'm going to keep. After this, we have agility with 10 points in it. And the first card I have is the 3-star action point. Action points regenerate 45% faster. This is just an absolutely fantastic card for almost any build. Just having that action point regen is just beautiful. After that, we have through hiker. Food and drink weigh 90% less. I carry a lot of food, so this is absolutely fantastic for me. I can just carry food, just all the foods, all of them. After that, I have the 1-star in Gunfu. VATS swaps targets on kill with a 10% damage to your next target. This is just really nice. Say you're rocking a railway, which just obliterates everything, and you have it in a quad. This is just going to give you that 10% damage to the next target, and you're just going to be obliterating everything left, right, and center. Couple that with adrenaline. Gain 80%. This is at 3-star, by the way. You can go up to 5-star, so this is a 3-star. I have equipped, and I'm going to be gaining 8% more damage for 30 seconds for every kill to a maximum of 48. If you're at an event like, let's say you're at Moonshiner event, or you're at a Radiation Rumble where you're just killing stuff left, right, and center, you're going to be increasing your damage capabilities tremendously with adrenaline. Absolutely fantastic card to have. Definitely think about having this one in your build if you have that high kill capability. After that, and the final section here before we go on to legendary perks, is luck. Now I do have 15 in luck, and I'm struggling with this. There's just so many cards in luck that I like, but let's have a look at what I have. So I have starched jeans. Absolutely mandatory. If you're mutated, you have to have this card, otherwise there's no point in being mutated. Basically it just stops your mutations from being removed. Next, I have Bloodied Mess. 15% bonus damage means enemies will explode. This just gives you 15% bonus damage. Let's just be honest. That's what that does. Can't complain. Pretty self-explanatory. After that, I have Better Crits. My criticals now do 100% more damage. So whenever you see me doing a VATS headshot to certain targets in my videos, and you just see those huge numbers, those just massive numbers, Better Criticals is just adding to those big numbers when I'm doing a critical hit. I do try to mention when I do critical strikes and call out the damage numbers. After that, we have Serendipity. Serendipity is just a defensive perk. While below 30% health, gain 45% chance to avoid damage. I'm always at 30% health or lower, to be honest, because I want my nerd rage, so I always have Serendipity activated. This doesn't work in power armor, but it's super nice to have. Class Freak. Negate effects of your mutations by 50%. So mutations, if you're not aware, have negative effects on top of their positive effects. So this just reduces the negative effects of them, which is really nice. I have a lot of mutations, and we can have a look at those. Next, I have Good with Salt at a 2-star. Food in your inventory will spoil 60% slower. Like I said earlier, I carry a lot of food, so this is just really nice. I don't have to think about it as much about them dying on me and becoming spoiled. So that's my card loadout. Let's go into legendary perks and have a look at these real quick. First of all, we do have the 4-star legendary luck perk. This is going to give me +5 to luck, which is really, really nice. And this is how I'm able to have so many points to spend in my main build. It's because of these legendary perks. After that, we have Far-Flung Fireworks. Enemies that will explode and have a 20% chance to explode. This is just some extra sort of other damage, I guess you could say. Now I can unequip this and put in the ammo perk that lets me craft more ammo, and I do that. To be honest, for the most part, I do keep that on the ammo perk because then I don't have to think about it. But for the sake of this video, we have Far-Flung Fireworks. After that, we have the 4-star legendary strength perk for +5 to my strength. Next, we have legendary intelligence 4-star perk for +5 to intelligence. After that, I only have this at a 3-star, mainly due to laziness. Follow through, ranged sneak damage increased by 30%, which is really nice. I do a lot of sneaking around. It gives you that initiation damage, that sneak damage, and it does add up to destroying the enemy. After that, we have legendary charisma. I only have this at 3-star, mainly due to laziness once again. And this is a +3 to charisma. Obviously, I'm going to get this to 4-star. That will give me +4. But I mean, I'm not in a rush for it because I can't really think of anything really at the top of my head to put into charisma at 1-star immediately. So that's the legendary perks. I'm trying to get through this pretty quickly because this is going to be hopefully not too long of a video. So let's talk about the weapons I like to use. And we will be starting off with the Elder's Mark. This is a 2-shot variant with bullets explode at -25% action point cost. This is a weapon I simply use at events to tag stuff up and get that experience and loot. Does have that 75 round drum mag, which is just beautiful for laying down the lead down range and keeping everything tagged up. Next on the list, and this is a weapon that I've been debating putting in a video, extremely difficult to obtain. I've spent over 6 months just rigorously trying to acquire these weapons, trying to get these rolls. Thousands upon thousands of script have gone into these, both from my end and my wife's end. But here we are, and I do have some pretty juiced up ones. This one here is an anti-armor with 50% critical damage and 25% -2 action point cost. This is something I will use at Earl. It is an absolutely ridiculous weapon. These are some of the best weapons in the game, period. It is a flamethrower with 300 capacity. Just think about that for a second. Next on the list, we have the other variant I like to carry. Same thing, but with bloodied, and it doesn't have the ultra sight modification on it. So this is what I have here. This thing is an absolute monster at just decimating things. It really does just destroy a lot of lives out there, and I love it. And with this skin, it actually looks pretty cool. After that, we have another Elder's Mark. This is a bloodied variant with +50% critical damage and -25% action point cost. I got really lucky with this one. I think I 2-tapped this, and that's how literally 2 tries and I got this. I got really lucky, unlike like my railways and my enclave plasmas, which took more time and energy and pain than I would like to talk about. But outside of that, we got this. This is one of my most used guns, bar none. I use this all the time. It is so fantastic. It does have that 62 round capacity as I'm using the large quick eject drum, but it gives me that AP cost of 5, which is just fantastic. So if you do have an Elder's Mark, don't be afraid to roll it, especially if you've got multiple. Next after that, we have that monstrosity of a weapon, the railway that I showed in a video. I'm not going to have to highlight this for too long. If you've not watched that video, definitely go catch up. This is an absolute demon on the field. After that, we have another enclave plasma rifle, this time with the automatic barrel. This is something I acquired just recently, and I am starting to absolutely love it. I have this in a bloodied variant with 50% chance to hit targets in VATS and 100% faster move speed while aiming. This weapon here is a monster, an absolute monster, and I love using it. I'm not going to be re-rolling it anytime soon. Finding one of these with the reflex side on the top is pretty rare and annoying to try and get. These weapons in general, I don't know, you can't get them as a plan. You have to find them with the right mod modification, or have the rare off chance of trying to find like the flamer mod, for example, that people sell for 40k caps, which is just insane. So these are very expensive, tedious, painful, extremely powerful weapons. and it took me a tremendous amount of time to acquire these. And I do have a vampire one laying around, but we won't look at that. And the next after that, we have my beautiful 2-shot gamma gun. This is the best gun in the game, let's be honest. And it's a pistol form, so I don't even need perk cards. But all jokes aside, the only reason I have this is literally to get my rads down to a point where I can get nerd rage. And once nerd rage procs, I just stop. So every time I die, your rads will go back up. I just use it for that. That's literally it. Super handy to have. I never let it go. Definitely a must-have in your repertoire if you are a bloodied build. This build video. I hope this helped people out, some of the cards that they can select and some of the better ones, and sort of the thought process of what I did with my build, and also what I'm using in these weapon showcases. This video was starting to get over 20 minutes long, so I decided to skip out on the armor, which is 5 pieces of unyielding, and 4 pieces have action point plus 5% action point regen. And then my mutations, if people are interested, I can put them all into a comment down below. Thank you all for joining me. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.